friends, welcome back to my channel. I have a list of 20 videos that I need to film and edit and get up onto YouTube. But you want to know the worst part? I filmed about 15 of them already. But your girl's having a hard week, and she had been editing the night before, and I didn't put my SD card back in my camera. So I filmed 15 videos of the 20 that I need to film with no SD card in them. Camera. So I woke up. Thanks, hubby.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I woke up to the realization that all that work I put into...
Your SD card's in the camera now, right?
Yes,
Just
I
making sure.
made sure. Oh my god. But you guys, it has not been my week at all. And you know what, we're just gonna start over because I have no other choice. But I was trying to figure out what happened to all the clips when I was vlogging this week, because those weren't on there either, and I couldn't figure that out. It's because there was no SD card in my camera. So yeah, that vlog is gonna be awesome. No, it's not. It's probably not gonna be a very good vlog, but there's a lot of stuff about my uncle too on there, and I did this like really cool picture montage. It should be up already. One goal that I have for next year is to read more series. So I have quite a large stack of series. I was very surprised at how many I actually own. Let's get into the one that I want to finish first. So I grabbed two series because I don't own the entire series of one of them. And this one, I've already read Every Day by David Levithan, which is the first in this companion novel duology. This is Another Day by David Levithan. In the first book, you follow A, who wakes up in a different body every day. So he gets 24 hours in other people's bodies that the other person won't remember because they weren't really there. It was just their body. It was just in that person's body. So then A wakes up in this guy's body, and he goes on a date with Mike, something like that, whatever his name is. He goes on a date with his girlfriend because he's in his body, but it's really A inside of him. I think that makes sense. So Another Day follows, I believe her name is Rin or Rhiannon. Rhiannon. It says Rhiannon right there. So Rhiannon wakes up in her body every day, or another day. So it's just her perspective of what happened. So it sounds very interesting. I really liked Every Day because it talks about how A is just a soul, and A doesn't fall in love with guys or girls, or he just falls in love with love and the person that A falls in love with, you know. And it talks a lot about identity and about, you know, being out of the norm and what is the norm anyway. And it just really hit close to my heart, and I really loved it. This one is the first in a series, and I found this at my thrift store for cheap, but I wasn't even sure I was going to grab it. Then I read what it's about, thought it sounded really good, and it's a fantasy, you guys. I bought it, the first in a fantasy series. What? So this is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Yes! So this is about a group of 6 misfits who kind of come together as a found family and try to pull off a heist of some sort. And it takes place in a fantasy world, I'm assuming. The next one, I bought the first one at Goodwill on Black Friday, and then I went to my thrift store, the one close to my house that's really, really cheap, and I found the entire series for $3. So I found a trilogy for $1 a book. I can't really beat that. So I am going to be unhauling the other copy of I'd Tell You I Love You, but then I'd have to kill you. So this is The Gallagher Girls by Ali Carter. This is a middle grade series, but it's about this spy academy. Next series is also a middle grade series, I believe. It's middle grade or young adult, but I'm like 90% sure it's middle grade. So this is the Alice series. It starts on Alice 12 all the way to 20, I believe. But I think it's about this girl named Alice at each different age. I believe that's what it is. But there's... I like him. He likes her. It's not like I planned it this way. And Please Don't Be True, all by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor, who also wrote the Shiloh series, which I was a big fan of when I was a kid. My goal is to read all the finished series that I have. So, definitely this is the first one. Then I think I only have 3 other ones, unless I am going to put this out there. Unless I DNF something. Like, say that I'm really struggling to get into the second one, and it's not just like a timing issue or something like that. I'm just really uninterested in the book. I'm going to DNF it. So if I DNF this, then I'm not going to move on with the series. You know, that doesn't make sense. So, DNFs are allowed because I definitely DNF books if I'm not interested. Why waste my time on something that I'm not enjoying? This one I don't have to read next year, but I still wanted to talk about it. I accidentally got the second in a series. So this is European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman by Theodora Goss. This is one that I'm really, really, really interested in reading, but I don't own the first one, and I'm just gonna have it on my shelf. I'm not gonna unhaul this because I do want to read this series eventually. It just is not for sure a goal in 2021. Okay, then Bridget Jones' Diaries and Bridget Jones' The Edge of Reason by Helen Fielding. So I'm super excited for these. My mom used to watch Bridget Jones the movie, Bridget Jones' Diary the movie, and then we watched The Edge of Reason. I preferred this movie, but I kind of found that Bridget Jones' Diary was very slow, and at the time when my mom loved it, I didn't love the slow, like, chicky flicks like that. Chicky flicks. The slow chick flicks like that. But now I appreciate them, so I'm hoping that I'll like these. Then I found a whole series, a whole trilogy at Goodwill. So this is Watched, Protected, and Created by Sydney M. Hogan. This is another series about spy school. Or that takes place at spy school. This girl, Christy, goes to a school trip to Washington, D.C. and she witnesses a murder. And then somehow she gets flung into spy school. Moving on to our last series that I have to finish. Well, I guess actually technically I don't have to finish this one, because I don't own the 5th one. I thought that I bought the whole series, but I guess there's a 5th one. So there's A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. This is the Game of Thrones series, or what became Game of Thrones. So this includes Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, and A Feast for Crows. Except for I did it backwards. So Game of Thrones, Storm of Swords, Clash of Kings, Feast for Crows, and then there's also Dance with Wolves. A Dance with Wolves. That was nice. So I'm one of the only people in the world who doesn't know anything about Game of Thrones. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.